Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is a Four of Arrows and Rest. And it's been a while since we talked about this card. And, when I was meditating on it today, I was like, oh, this would be a perfect day just to rest. Sunday being a rest day. And I was like, oh man, I rested all day yesterday. And, I've been running more. Been out there running and getting myself in shape, and I was like, I can't afford to take today off for rest. But I know tonight when I go to bed that I'll be able to rest then. After the run, I ended up sitting back doing some rest, and that's usually when I think most about this card and how I want to present it is when I'm out on my run or doing a physical activity. And what I like about this card is that Monarch is just kind of, being like a tarp over him, protecting him from the elements. And the four arrows are, I don't know if you can see that, they're all around him. None of the arrows are hitting him, and, if there was a chalk line around him, he was resting peacefully. But, primarily with this card, it's a time to recharge from a stressful activity. And, those that do work out, let me use that analogy first. Those that do work out, after you get done doing a run or a bike ride or, whatnot, it's, you get some fuel in you, you eat, you drink some water, you rehydrate, and then it's just, okay, let's rest. Let's kick back and, let the muscles, recoup and rejuvenate, and, you rehydrating at the same time. Now, if this is a work situation, and, I can use this analogy as well, as it's, you've had a long, hard day at work, and that could be a stressful activity. And, you go home and what happens? It's just like, I just want to take a 15-minute nap. And that's that rest period, where it's just, it feels good just to relax, close your eyes for 10, 15, 30 minutes and just say, good, now when I wake up, I just kind of like got this energy again. So, during stressful times, we forget to take the time to rest. We try to lay our head down at night, and, what happens? We start thinking about stuff, start worrying about the next, how's this going to happen tomorrow? Or, what am I going to do about this situation? Or, let me check the internet, for a solution on this, or, what's going on, in a sports world or whatnot. And, we become glued to our phones. And, at night, it's not a good time to do that. All right. You need to have that rest so you can, be disconnected from the energy of the internet, the energy of your phone, the energy of that glow. And, sometimes that gets tough to do, but you know what? You end up doing it anyway. So, rest is important for the body to recuperate and rejuvenate with what's going on out there. And it's time, it's time to, lay your head down, relax. Like I said, catch a nap, and let the body refresh itself. All right. Now this is good, for the soul and the spirit as well, because you've let that opportunity, to close your eyes, to sit back and rest and relax. And, the soul's able to start talking to you. Your spirit can start talking to you, through the subconscious. And, it gives them an opportunity to reconnect if you haven't connected with the universe in a while, or with spirit. That it's an opportunity to, rejuvenate and revitalize your soul. Muscles need time to repair and rebuild, especially if you're working out. And your mind needs to go through that as well. Get into that deep sleep, to bring on the dreams. Your mind is a muscle. And when you use it, it's an opportunity to, when you rest, it's an opportunity for, just to shut it down. All right. And when you're able to do that, you're able to shut out that chaotic world, that's out there. And sometimes that rest, gives us insight, inspiration, all right, and, opportunity to reflect on things. If it's a project or communication, talking with friends or whatever. And if you meditate, like I do in the morning, it when you first wake up out of that rest, it's kind of like, okay, where am I? What am I doing? And how am I going to go about my day? And I meditate, just to kind of clear my head and say, this is what I need to take care of. At the same time that I'm meditating, I'm opening myself up to spirit. I'm opening myself up to the soul. And, that's where I get my inspiration from. That's where I get my, ideas from on doing things. And, I try to use that opportunity to offset my analytical mind, all right, and just try to understand, what it is I want to accomplish that day. Maybe you do the same thing. So take the time to to rest, to restore, to rejuvenate, your muscles, your brain, your arm muscles, your leg muscles, whatever it is you're doing, and at the same time, when you're resting, you're going to restore your stamina. You're going to restore your vitality. And that's going to feel, a lot better, tomorrow morning when you're out there. Okay, so, looking at the cards, the 4 of arrows, you've got two arrows out there. You got 2 stones and a couple of the major arcana. And, I'll start off, a week ago, the 9 of stones was out. And, that just dropped off. But so here we have the archer, all right? And this is after you went home and you learn those traditional values. And the archer's sitting there and, it's saying, what, I can't be out there trying to keep my eye on the goal if I'm not rested. I have to be rested in order to accomplish what it is I want to accomplish. If I'm not rested, I'm not able to pull that bowstring back the right way. I'm not able to, hold that arrow in the notch and that bow steady. All right. I need to have my rest so I can do what I need to do to keep my eyes on the prize. That Ace of Arrows, that breath of life. Okay. Arrows is all about, air energy, logic, reasoning. All right. Take that time, in order to breathe anything into life, into creativity, okay, you have to have that restful period of thinking about what's going on, of how to move forward, of how to take on a task. And that's very important, as you're going about breathing life into a project, to take that opportunity to rest. Because when you could take that opportunity to rest and step back from a project, let's say it's your goals or ambitions, you're able to look at things from a different angle, a different perspective. The Queen of Stones is out there, the bear, and it's actually the opposite way. She is looking at you like that. She's watching. She watched you lay down. She watched you, maneuver yourself around those arrows so you can rest. And the message that she's asking you is, what needs to be preserved? Your stamina, your strength, your endurance, your vitality. Just as she goes into hibernation, okay, this is an opportunity for you to go into hibernation. When you wake up, you'll be hungry. You'll be ready to go. And the other thing is she asks, where do you need to make space? And when you lay down and you rest, maybe that's an opportunity, to let some of that negativity go and, allow more positivity to come into your life. The 3 of Bows, fulfillment. You've made that decision. You know what it means to be happy. All right. You're rested for it. When you rest, you get that balance. When you're sleeping, you let yourself go. When you're resting, you let yourself go. You give yourself over to the universe. And the universe is watching over you. Your spirit and soul are watching over you. And they're watching over that balance that you have, making sure that everything's correct. You have to have endurance. We talked about that earlier. That's the 5 of Stones sitting out there. You have to have that endurance. You know, and maybe you endured that storm, and you know what it takes to be happy, and you've got the queen, the bear watching you, and you're saying, you know what, I'm just going to put my head down here for a little bit, and I'm going to just take a little bit of a nap. And in yesterday's card, the ancestor, maybe that was a stressful time for you yesterday, and you thought about it, and you said, you know what, I'm going to listen to that beat. I'm going to walk through those birch trees. And I'm gonna walk to that beat in the snow, and it's easier to walk when it's dry than when it's wet. It's easier to walk when through leaves and snow. All right, and maybe just that journey that that you've gone through here in the last 2 weeks of being refreshed and rejuvenated. You're like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna take a nap here. I'm gonna rejuvenate myself. Because the path I'm on, I'm going to need my strength, I'm going to need my stamina, I'm going to need my vitality. So there you have it. That's today's card of the day. The 4 of Arrows. Rest. Take that opportunity to take a nap. Take that opportunity to maybe sleep in a little bit longer if you can. Or go to bed earlier if you have to. All right. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. This is D for Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Stay safe, everybody.